Greetings, YouTube. Danny State here on a damn blog. You know I love saying that. I'm back with another comic book reviews today. I'm going to be taking a look at Walt Disney's Pollyanna. Oh, I'm so excited about this incredibly touching story of an orphan. Would Dave Sunstorm call this the good stuff? Would Pat McCormick call it retro? Would Danny Dan call it irritatingly boring? Well, I guess we'll see. Today, on the good stuff, when we check out 1960s, Pollyanna. Hey, it was a movie starring Haley Mills. Anybody remember Haley Mills? Now, she was cool back in the day. I was a Haley Mills fan. But you know what? I read the novel. I never got to see the movie. I tried to look the movie up in preparation for this comic book review today, and I could not find it. I couldn't find Pollyanna anywhere. So I have not seen the movie, but I did watch a lot of clips from it on YouTube. And, well, hell, let's watch the trailer and then you'll know a little something about this old 1960 classic. So, Walt Disney's Pollyanna come out in 1960. And guess what? That movie was in Technicolor. Oh my God. Let me know what you thought about that in the comments below. Well, anyway, I saw the 10-cent cover. I saw Pollyanna. I saw Walt Disney. I knew I didn't know much about it. I had read the book in high school. Everybody read the book in high school. And I thought, well, it's a classic. Let me grab that. It'll look good on the wall. I thought it was at least 1950 something. I didn't realize it was late as 1960. And it's a damn movie classic. So I guess the best thing to do is pop it open and start, right? And inside the front cover, Daddy Dan realized this took me 3 minutes to get started. This might go on a little bit longer than usual. You get some wonderful scenes from that really cool movie where Pollyanna gets sprung from the orphanage, where Pollyanna picks up strange dogs, where Pollyanna socializes with the friends, where Pollyanna dresses up and looks in the mirror and talks to herself, where Pollyanna hangs out with that professor guy who explains cool stuff to her and her little orphan buddy. And quietly, you get the part where she takes the big splash and winds up a crippled. Well, in the book, let me point out that Pollyanna, after losing her parents, went to live with her aunt and wound up getting hit by a car and being a cripple and having surgery and all the dramatic stuff. I did read the book in high school, but this comic book and the movie Pollyanna from the 1960s changed everything. Oh my God. Anyway, it picks up with Pollyanna after her parents died. She'd been living in an orphanage for 2 years. This is true. But she come to live with Aunt Nancy. That's right. I'm Pollyanna. I'm coming to stay with Nancy because my mom and dad got sent off to a camp somewhere in the war. What? Yeah, in the comic book, I'm not even going to go into it. It was a World War II. People got killed. Her parents died in the war. Let's just say that, because that sounds a lot better than what they're saying in the comic book. Anyway, Pollyanna's all happy to be coming to stay with Aunt Nancy. That's her mama's sister. Here in beautiful Switzerland. Is it Switzerland? Oh, she came from Switzerland over here to stay with her aunt. Okay. Wow, they changed this comic book a lot from the movie. And even more so from the book I read 40 years ago in high school. Okay, but I remembered a lot of it as Pollyanna comes to stay with her incredibly rich Aunt Nancy. I think her aunt was named Polly and she was Pollyanna, named after the aunt in the movie and in the book. But in here, it's Aunt Nancy. Because for some reason, we got to change Nancy's name to Aunt Nancy in the comic book. Pollyanna settles in. Pollyanna talks to Aunt Nancy. Pollyanna is getting kind of friendly with the help. And from what I gathered in the clips I watched from the movie and what I remember from the book, she had made best friends with a maid, but I guess that's going to come up later on, and the maid reveals her deepest, darkest secrets as she hangs out with her incredibly old and feeble aunt and her friends as they donate money to the orphanage that poor Pollyanna once stayed in. Pollyanna's happy that her rich aunt is helping the orphanage that she once stayed in for 2 years. Let me point out a comic book plot point. They said in the beginning that she was orphaned in a war, and now she had come to Switzerland or something to stay with her aunt. But yet they could still drive over to the orphanage she stayed in for 2 years. So let me say that your niece was in an orphanage in driving distance, and you let her stay there for 2 years before you yanked her out, you sorry aunt. Oh, you're a horrible person, Aunt. Anyway, here we go. They're having a meeting. They're having a party. They're talking about the grave of her father. Yeah, her father's grave. Ain't that exciting? Let's have a meal and discuss moving a grave. Pollyanna's happy, though. So in full panels, brought to you by the Daily Dan blog, we will do a contest to see if Daily Dan actually has a stroke while he's doing this long, drug-out Walt Disney comic book. Oh my God, I can't wait till after February. When March gets here, I promise, I'm going to do horror and gore comic books, and I'm going to shock you. But for right now, I'm doing Walt Disney to make my friend Dave Sunstorm happy. I'm giving him some good stuff. Yeah, I love the cool retro stuff too, but Pollyanna's housekeeper looks like Aunt Beasley, Dave. She looks like a living version of Aunt Beasley, and this book is tormenting me on levels I cannot say. Pollyanna goes to church. The preacher preaches at Pollyanna. The preacher tells Pollyanna not to use bad words and to not be loose. Because loose women suffer. Yeah, Pollyanna discusses loose women with the housekeepers, and the housekeepers giggle, and the housekeepers tell Pollyanna she don't have to worry. Pollyanna finds one of her little orphan buddies climbing in a tree. You know, the excitement in this Pollyanna comic book just never quits giving. It's so exciting that I almost fell asleep. Pollyanna's little orphan friend climbs down from the tree. Pollyanna and little orphan friend walk down and play in the water. Pollyanna and little orphan friend are having a deep, deep discussion about he wishes he had a family like Pollyanna. You know, so Pollyanna goes off on a walk. She runs into old Mr. Clinton. Yeah, Mr. Clinton, that must be Bill. And Bill Clinton fishing with his pole, hanging out with young little Pollyanna. This could be a foreseen to the future there, Dave. Could be a foreseen to the future. Anyway, he's a nice Mr. Clinton, and he talks to Pollyanna. He gives Pollyanna advice. He tells him how lonely he is, too. Pollyanna's having an idea about hooking this little kid up with Mr. Clinton, so little goopy kid may just get a daddy. But little goopy kid's out to break in something, go trespassing on some private property. Pollyanna's trying to stop him, but she follows anyway because she's an idiot. Oh my God, busted they are by the keeper of the whatever the heck this thing is. He busted him. I'll take you back to the orphanage and you're going to be in trouble. Pollyanna runs and runs like Forrest Gump, and she runs. But by the time she gets around, she finds the old man abusing the boy for running amok and sneaking in and out of the orphanage that he belonged to. Pollyanna tried to stand up to him about the children. You use the children as slaves, make them do all kinds of work, and you profit. Oh, the man is upset with Pollyanna. Who do you are, young lady, to say this? Hey, I'm Pollyanna. My aunt runs stuff. And Pollyanna hold on for a minute. So after a long talk, she finds out the old guy ain't so bad, and he's just trying to keep. Oh my God, he's just trying to keep the peace and keep these little orphans out of trouble. And they play with dangling lights that dance on a wall. What the heck? Just to point out, guys, that the movie was a lot different than the comic book.
Well, don't stand there looking at me like that. There's string in that box over there. Go and get it. Go and get it. Oh, dear.
So that long drug out thing got two panels in this freaking book, and it wasn't even the same way. He ain't quite so friendly in the comic book as he is in the clips from the movie that I watched. Let me point that out right now. Am I overdoing it a little bit on this comic book? Anyway, Aunt's talking to the lawyer. The lawyer's talking to her. They settling their estate. Oh, the excitement. Pollyanna gives her 2 cents. People complain. People complain by the thousands about the settlement for some reason. Yeah, all these people work for Pollyanna's grandpa, and they're all upset he's giving all his money as a charity gift. Yeah, that's right. He's helping orphans and crippled kids, and the workers are like, he didn't leave us nothing much. We just got to keep working. What do you expect? You work for it and you ain't the family? What's wrong with them people? Yeah, they going to have a party to celebrate. Anyway, Pollyanna's aunt has come down a little on the feeling bad side. She's in the bed. She's feeling sick. Pollyanna's taking care of her. Pollyanna's showing her the pretty trick with the light crystals on the wall. Isn't that exciting, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my God. Wonk, wonk, wonk. Yeah, I feel better now, YouTube. I feel better now. So, Info Panels brought to you by the Daddy Damn Blog. Pollyanna's cheering up her aunt with the Light Crystal Show. The people are gathering for a party. They're having a celebration. Aunt's gonna keep the factory open. Everybody gets to keep their job. Yippee-ki, hey, let's go play. Pollyanna's hanging out with her little orphan friend, still trying to hook him up with Mr. Clinton to be a dad, but Mr. Clinton ain't feeling all fatherly yet. He did in the movie. Anyway, they sneaking in, they sneaking out, they doing their thing. They're having a light show. Isn't that special? I love this book, Dave. Do you give it a thumbs up, Dave? Let me know, Dave Sunstorm, in the comments below, and that would be a good time to say, as always, be sure to check out my friend Dave Sunstorm on the Good Stuff channel here on YouTube. Look up Dave Sunstorm. And while you're at it, check out his brother Steven Sunstorm. He's joined our Good Stuff Guy community from making some of the best videos here on YouTube, as well as our friend Pat McCormick at the Golden Rage of TV here on YouTube. My good friend Thrash, Pondo Puns. You can find him here on YouTube too. Heck, you can probably find Pondo's comments in the comment section of this video, as well as my friend Ian at Retro Cereal. Be sure to check him out too. Look at the pretty light show. Walk, walk. And giving credit where credit's due. The art in these comic books, the art's pretty damn good. She actually looks like Pollyanna from the movie that I watched a little bit of. And another thing is I haven't seen one long drug out commercial in this Walt Disney comic book. Walt Disney didn't need to advertise nothing. They didn't need to put commercials in their books because they had billions even back in the day. Yeah, respect to Walt Disney. Pollyanna's lurking around. They're having a party. People celebrating work. She's hanging out with the housekeepers and she's talking to Mr. Clinton. She's trying to explain to Mr. Clinton how he needs a little goofy son. Pollyanna's chilling. Pollyanna's hanging out. Pollyanna is doing things like learning how to cook like young ladies should. And meanwhile, back at the party, they're all celebrating the fact that Grandpa had left millions of dollars to that poor little orphanage. He had left money to the hospital, and most of all, he had kept money out to keep the factory open and keep all these goofy people that work at the bazaar in jobs. And Info Panels brought to you by the Daily Damn Blog. Let me know in the comments below if that had anything to do with the movie. I'm lost. They went to the barbershop. They got haircuts. The excitement never stops. He cut the hair too short and somebody fussed about it. They put that in a comic book. Yes, they did. The aunt's still talking to the goofy guy. I think she's sweet on the lawyer a little bit. They're having fun and they're talking about this, that, and the other. And hey, they may even be getting, what? We may be getting married. Are you going to get married in a church? You should get married in a church. Yeah, a church, says Pollyanna. You know, as much as I like rare and classic stuff, let me point out that this is one of the longest, most boring, most drug out, most dramatic, most irritating. I could go on forever comic books I've ever reviewed in my whole life. I want to pull my hair out at this point. Oh my God, Pollyanna is running amok in the woods talking to old people. And this guy is so depressed. Look at him. He looks depressed. His wife died. He's all alone in this world. Pollyanna's talking to him later on. God, it jumps like 1 minute. He's in here talking to these guys about being alone and they're worried about him. And then Pollyanna just happens to run into him and tells him about the glad game. And that's where every time something bad comes up, you think about the Bible and say, good Lord, and be glad in the name of God. And I bet Ian C loves this damn comic book. Oh, I said damn, I'm sorry. Let me apologize. I'm trying not to use bad words in my comic book videos no more. Dave said it's a good idea, right? Now should be nicer. Oh, you don't know how it kills me to be nicer. I'm a insult comic. I'm used to being mean. I'm used to saying horrible stuff to people. I really am. That's kind of what I do. Okay, well, I'm going to be nice to this comic book. Goofy guy's all upset. He's all alone. Pollyanna's still trying to hook little goofy orphan up with somebody. Look, little goofy orphan's having a talk with Aunt B over here. He's trying to get him a ride to Mayberry or something. Little goofy orphan's talking to this lady. Little goofy orphan wants a family pretty bad. Pollyanna's all upset. Little goofy orphan can't find a family and nobody wants him. She's destined to try to help little goofy orphan. While sneaking out to hang out with little goofy orphan, Pollyanna slips. Pollyanna trips. Pollyanna goes flinging. Pollyanna goes falling. Pollyanna hits the ground. Kerplunk. Pollyanna's messed up. Now, let me point out that in the book I read, Pollyanna got hit by a car, became a crippled, and it was almost into the book where she went to have surgery where she could walk again. Of course, being a comic book, it's nothing like the deep, intricate novel that I read as a child, apparently. Anyway, they're all hovering over Pollyanna. She took a fall, but looks like she's going to be all right, quick and easy. She wakes up, but you know, she couldn't fit her legs, went away to have surgery and stuff in the book. Apparently, they're just going to tote her downstairs where everybody can cheer and say, hey, Pollyanna's okay. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that special? Well, YouTube, I swear to God, this comic book is nothing like the book. Very little like the movie, even though Pollyanna took the fall out the window in the movie, too. I saw that clip. But it's nothing like the book, the novel, I swear to you. And then we get a trip to Harrington, Gladtown, wherever in the blue heck that's supposed to be. And everybody says goodbye as Pollyanna goes off to meet the doctors because she needed a little surgery. At least they kept that like in the movie, right? And here's some crap from Michael Marone, that goofy bastard, to read. Yeah, Michael Marone will read that. And then we get Pollyanna, the good old days. Back when she was growing up and airplanes had learned to fly, and the first invention of the phonograph, the first invention of the airplane, and the first invention of a TV. And on the back, you learn the story of the Glad Game. Remember me talking about that in the review? There's actually a video for that I'm not going to put in this video. I'm just going to let you take the time to pause it. I'm going to let you take the time to read along. I'm going to let you have the Pollyanna experience right here. There it is, the Pollyanna experience. Your own little comic, your own little one-page thing where you can learn the Glad Game, where you can pause it, read it, and play it. See, Dave, I didn't say it. Aren't I a blank? Anyway, that's my look at Walt Disney's Pollyanna. It was a 10-cent comic. It was Adele. I thought it was going to be a winner. Oh, was I wrong? Well, the art was good. The story was okay, I guess. Yeah, it's a classic. What can I say? It's going to look good on the wall by the shaggy dog, right? Anyway, till next time, this is Danny Staten. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I promise you, come March, come to zombies, come to vampires, and come to werewolves, come to flying saucers, and anything I can find to gross you out. Till next time, dare I say it, blog over, brothers. Blog over.